Baby.
What's good, y'all? Listen, look, I'm mad I even gotta say this.
Why are we acting like this is not
There's nothing wrong with hate. You've got to hate some things with a passion. And destruction, they must dislike and hate with a passion.
Hello. Damn, y'all saying on my show. Hello out there. I know I'm 15 minutes late. We ain't gonna talk about that. We up in it. Okay, so good to be here. Today is Friday. I hope y'all having a lovely day. Hope y'all had a lovely week. Hope you'll go into this weekend feeling great. Okay. We got a couple things to get into tonight. I know I got a topic on the header, but we are going to talk about a couple things before we get there. You know, we do a build up, So yeah, because it was really supposed to be in another news, but we hit with it. It is what it is. Shout out to the chat though. Appreciate y'all. Hopefully my mods pop up in here. I be expecting y'all to be first, but it's cool. The mods, they coming. Shout out to the TikTok. We live on TikTok as well. TikTok, be live on here for a little bit. Then we're gonna come on over to YouTube. Yeah, the link is in the bio. All right, but y'all can stay here if you like for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Rock with me up in the ticket of talkery. That is perfectly fine. Now, yeah, like I said, we got a couple things to get into. We're gonna get on this dude, Zohran, Mamdani, egregious. Shout out to Afro. We actually did a panel on TikTok about this a couple days ago. But yeah, I had to go and do my due diligence on this dude. Because I'm seeing him propped up everywhere. Like, it's weird. He's one of the fucking mayor of New York, but why the hell is everybody in the nation celebrating this nigga like he's the president? So I'm like, what is going on? Why am I seeing so much promo for this dude? That's always a red flag. I'm gonna be real, especially because he's a Democrat. It's always a red flag. Honestly, even if he was a Republican, to be honest. But it's a hell of a red flag. Why are we seeing this nigga so much? I don't like it. We're gonna get into it. But before we get to that, we got a couple other things I want to get into. Now, this right here, I actually talked about a little bit on my last live. Black people, let me say, because that's my only concern. Black Americans, moreover, are deciding to, there's a push on, let me say, I'm really saying this on TikTok for the most part. But there's a lot of chatter going around of boycotting. Okay. People are saying we should boycott the holidays. It was some motivation behind it because they canceled SNAP benefits and stuff like that at EBT, And I'm like, I don't think that should have been a motivating factor. I think we could have been boycotting these holidays. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of reasons we could have been boycotting, but I'm all for it. I already don't celebrate most of these damn holidays anyway, except for Thanksgiving. That's something I always, usually partake in because it's a family thing. But Christmas and all this other shit, like, nah, So yeah, rituals, should I say? Don't participate in those rituals, but yeah. So I'm like, yeah, it's a lot of different reasons we could be boycotting. I'm not mad at it. It's kind of like with the Target thing with black folk that were saying we need to boycott Target because the whole DEI thing. I didn't agree with that bullshit. We could have been boycotting Target again because the niggas racist as hell. But the DEI thing shouldn't have been the cherry on top and been like, let's not give them our money. But it was what it was. Again, I'm not mad at it. I'm not about to push back on it. Because I'm with it. I'm still withholding our dollar from the asses. So yeah, even though the reason it may be a little slanted, it's cool. The goal is to get our money back in our pockets. So keep it in the correct pockets. So I'm cool with that. I'm fine with that. Now, what we're seeing is, I don't know if y'all seen Mariah Carey recently did. She's actually getting kind of dragged on the internet, particularly TikTok, because she just came out with a campaign, like a commercial for her. I guess she got a line at Sephora or something like that. But y'all know Christmas is like her era. This is like the time of year she make the most money because everybody plays Mariah Carey Christmas songs. So yeah, she was in the commercial, and that little elf they had on the commercial was like, yeah, we're boycotting Sephora, some bullshit like that. Basically, they was kind of like trying to pick at the fact that people are boycotting, these big corporations for the holidays. And she's like, basically, to hell with all that. It's Christmas. It's time. And yeah, people was mad as hell. Like, girl, this is tone deaf as hell. We're trying to boycott. You up here talking about it's time, and you got the elf up here representing people trying to boycott. It was a bad look. Now, what's also funny is because these people are always paying attention. Y'all got to understand that we are the most studied group on this planet. Black Americans specifically. We are the most studied people on this planet. Point blank, period. They're always looking. Somebody always looking at what the fuck we doing. Okay, so don't ever think it goes unnoticed. Now, it's a couple people that have noticed some of the decor in Christmas stores has changed up just a little bit. Just a little bit. Look at this right quick. Okay, hold up. They not about to hold up. I don't want to get copyrighted. So do I need to mute this? Yeah, we're gonna mute that. I hear music in the background. We're not going to get copyrighted. Now, what this sister is showing though is a bunch of different Christmas ornaments that are black. Now, I don't know about y'all, I don't even celebrate Christmas, but that is not really a common thing that you see is just a bunch of black ass ornaments for Christmas. That's like not very common, you know. But apparently inside this store, I think this is like Dollar Tree or something like that. She found hella them joints, and this is a pandering tactic. Okay. Not only this sister, hold up, this brother, hold up, let me pull up this brother. But this is definitely a pandering tactic to get people to still spend their money. Hold up. Oh, does he have music?
CVS, Walgreens, and Burlington all displaying Black Santa Claus front and center. I ain't mad or nothing, but let's ask the real question. Why now? Because we've been invisible in these wonderlands, but now when
I ain't never a day in my life. I've never a day in my life seen this many. Let me make it a little bigger. Seen this many damn Black Santa Clauses in one row. This is absolutely like, if you don't think this shit is intentional, they are definitely trying to get to our pockets, because how in the fuck, it's like 15 of these damn black. I mean, not only just Santa Claus, that's what's the wife name for Santa Claus? Saint Miss Santa, Miss Nicholas, I don't fucking know. But the damn wife is even black. Now, I done seen a couple black Santa Claus. I don't even think I ever seen the black wife before. That's insane. So they got a bunch of these damn black Santa Claus, all in different outfits. And they got the wives. I'm like, bro, this is not a coincidence. That's not a damn coincidence. Mrs. Claus, that's what it is. This is not a coincidence, people. I'm sorry. So yeah, again, the reasoning for me is a little bit janky, is a little bit off. But I'm with the boycott. I'm all for us keeping our dollars out of these anti-black corporations' pockets. They don't need them no damn way. Okay, there's plenty of non-black people that still gonna celebrate that bullshit and they're gonna get plenty of money for their asses. Okay, so yeah, black people, just be on the lookout for that, because they're definitely trying to find a way. I wouldn't be surprised if you see this online, you see this in other stores. It's gonna be a lot of black center things they're trying to sell because they want to get our attention. So yeah, don't fall for the propaganda, y'all. You know they coming for our dollars. Keep them in your pocket, okay? Keep them in your pocket. Now, I got to get to this as well, because this is absolutely, this wasn't absolutely outrageous, egregious, and everything between case. Now, if y'all remember Sonya Massey, this was the sister. Sonya Massey was the sister who was in her apartment, and the anti-black officers came up in there. Actually, I'm gonna say one is, because the other officer, you know, I don't put it past nobody. Actually, he was white, so whatever. But he did speak out against the other officer at least, so I give him credit for that. But the sister was in her house, and this officer came in there. She was boiling hot water. This officer lied, tried to say that she tried to throw a pot of boiling hot water on him. And he ended up unaliving her. Okay, he pew-pewed her 3 times. Okay, and I think in her face, if I'm not mistaken, in her head. I gotta be careful with my words because TikTok is watching. Oh, hey Queen, I see you in the chat. Appreciate them roses, baby. You a real one. Now, so recently, the ex-deputy who did do that to her was found guilty of murder in a fatal shooting. In fatal shooting. Let me read a little bit of this article right quick. A former Illinois Sheriff Department sheriff deputy was found guilty of second-degree murder on October 29th in fatal shooting in Sonya Massey, and an unarmed black woman who's unaliving sparked protests and Department of Justice investigation last year. The verdict against Sean Grayson, 31, arrived on the second day of deliberations. It took them 2 days. Should have took them 2 damn days. Honestly, they should have took them 30 minutes to figure he was guilty as hell. What the hell? All you had to do was see the video. But Grayson was charged with first-degree murder. But an option for second-degree murder was added to jury instructions before deliberations began. The former deputy now faces up to 20 years in prison, which ain't enough. Let's just be real. 20 years ain't a damn enough. Okay, so I'm going to just say that off rip. He should have got life. He unalived that woman. He took that woman's life for no damn reason. Well, your life should be taken for that reason. So yeah, honestly, and it's not even really taking your life, but it's damn sure take the opportunities you get out of life. All right, so he should have got life, in my goddamn opinion. 20 years ain't enough, and it's up to 20 years, which means he could get less than that. So I'm not fucking with that. 20 years ain't enough. But Judge Brian Cadigan scheduled a sentencing hearing for January 29, 2026. Attorneys for the Macy family said while they wish Grayson was convicted of first-degree murder, the verdict represented a measure of justice for Sonia Massey. Yeah. It should have been first degree, and it should be more than 20 years. I'm sorry, that's not enough. Accountability has begun, and we now hope that the court will impose a meaningful sentence that reflects the severity of these crimes and the life that was lost. Attorneys Ben Crump. Oh yeah, I forgot he was on this joint. Attorney Ben Crump, he be on all these joints. Egregious. And Antonio Romanucci said in a statement, did they get a check? Matter of fact, Big Crump on here, did they get a check? What if her family got a check? Let's see if they say it in here, but they definitely should have been compensated for sure. The state need to cough up that shmunyan. We will continue to fight for Sonia's family and for reforms to protect everyone from unlawful use of force. I think this is her. Is this her mom right here? This picture, right here. I'm not sure. Family members and supporters of Sonia Mark. That's a family member. I'm not sure if that's her mom. Grayson, who is white, YT, unalive 36-year-old Macy in her home after she called the police to report a possible intruder in July 2024. At the time, Massey was in the throes of mental health crisis. Her family and officials have said prosecutors argued that Grayson escalated the situation, which he did. If y'all ain't seen the video, I believe the video is still online. You can go watch it. It's very easy, very obvious. This was like it took them 2 days to deliberate. That sounds a little anti-black in my opinion. 2 days was too damn long. I knew that nigga was guilty after just watching the video. But it described his use of force as excessive and unjustified. Grayson was fired after the incident, said he unalived Macy because he believed she was going to throw a pot of boiling water. He believed. I'm sorry, he didn't say that she did, but he believed she was about to, which was some bullshit. Absolutely outrageous. There's no reason to unalive somebody, even if she did, and even if she was going to do it. That's still no reason to unalive. Hot water can't match a gun. It can't match a bullet. So I don't know how is that even a defense? The unaliving of Macy, a mother of two who had a long struggle with mental health illness, touched off a wave of demonstrations and nationwide calls for police reform. The unaliving also shook up the Sangamon County Sheriff's Office, which underwent a flurry of personal and policy changes. Yeah, it's always personal policy changes. It's always an internal investigation. Yeah, I don't trust none of that. In February, Sangamon County agreed to a $10 million settlement with Macy's family. That's what I'm talking about. R.I.P. to that sister. Her life was valued way more than $10 million, but that's a blessing. $10 million is all right, honestly. Honestly, if he getting up to 20 years, they should have got $20 million. That ain't even enough, but I ain't mad at that. $10 million is that's what's up. Macy family, an amount that's believed to be the largest single payout in the county's history. Oh wow, it's the largest in the county's history. That's egregious. Is that her mom? Let's see. Julia Langhorne Poria shows her support. Nah, this is not her either. I don't know why I'm assuming one of these women are her mom. So yeah, that's just a quick update on the Sonia match. She got 10 million. Her family got 10 million. That's all right. I mean, that's what's up. I definitely wanted to I'm all for black people getting a check. Now, again, our lives are worth way more than any dollar amount. But we damn sure deserve a high dollar amount when things like this happens. Absolutely. Make them cough up that damn check. And also get justice with it. That's honestly a part of the justice, to be honest. It's just a lot of times, particularly with Ben Crump, you get the check and then all of a sudden end up getting off, or he end up getting moved, or he end up getting leave, or he end up, but at least this officer was found guilty and he is going to serve some time. But again, 20 years ain't enough. We're going to see if we get some street justice. I ain't going to say too much, but we're going to see if we get some street justice out of that in jail. Shout out to the brothers. And there, I'm riding with y'all if y'all riding with Sonya. That's all I'm gonna say. We don't condone violence over here, right? We just condone self-defense, and we condone justice, right? So we ain't gonna say too much on that. But 20 years ain't fucking enough. He got off. Yeah, absolutely outrageous, everything's way, especially these officers. And a lot of these officers, their experience in jail ain't the same as ours. So I'm gonna say that. Now let me get into this because hold up. Am I tripping? Okay, no, I ain't tripping. Hold on, before I get to that, let me just get to this right quick before I get to that one. Because this second one I'm getting into is going to lead me into Mamdani. But right here is this is Floyd Mayweather. Egregious, outrage, everything between. Any person that bends their knee to, you know what? We got to be careful because of TikTok. I think didn't the ooze buy TikTok? We got to be careful. Anybody who bows their knee to the small hats can't be trusted. Let me just say that. Now, Floyd has already done some egregious things. He already done some real coonish things anyways. Now this nigga is up here talking about how loyal he is to Israel because his friend is a ooh. Let me play a little bit of this. Hope I don't get copyrighted. Before I play this, actually, let me play this right quick. Right quick. You know we got to get right. I should have played this at the beginning. Bear with me. Copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act, 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news, reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Now let me play this little clip right quick because this man really sounds like a buffoon, coon, outrage, egregious, everything between.
I'm with you through the good, the bad, and the ugly. And to those that's watching and has never been to Israel, it's one of the best places in the world. No matter where I travel to around the world throughout the years, I will always make that pit stop in Israel, always. And like I said before, I'm not with you guys 10%, 50%. I will always be the voice for the people in Israel. I will always stand behind the country of Israel. The one and only Floyd Money Mayweather in Israel. I will always be here for you guys when you guys don't have a voice.
And will they be there for you? Hell to the no. The minute you say anything against them niggas, they on your ass. The ADL's on your ass as soon as you say anything slightly going against them. Please, Negro, miss me. And he gets, I'm not about to play this whole thing, but he gets to the point of like, oh, my friend Jonah. Look, Dr. Umar posted this. That's why he got the little Stevenson joint in the corner. I'm weak as hell. But his friend Jonah is a ooh, and he's like, yeah, you know, I'm so loyal to Jonah, and because I'm loyal to Jonah, I'm loyal to y'all. But I promise you, Jonah is not loyal to Black Americans. That man don't give a damn. All right. And neither do his people. So what are we talking about here? This is absolutely buck breaking right here. It's given buck breaking. It's given. He already done sold out. To be honest, that nigga was on bullshit. They'd been called out way too many times. I done called him out myself a couple times for coonish things that he done did. So yeah, absolutely outrageous, egregious, everything between. But he definitely can't be trusted. And the fact that these not only celebrities, it's a lot of celebrities kind of you know showing a loyalty to the small hats, but also a lot of politicians. Now you know that you can't even get high up in the political realm without doing so. So yeah, that's just very telling. I'm gonna just say that. I'm not rocking with Brad. That's egregious, outrageous, everything between. Now, y'all know it's crazy. Oh, should I do Brick Lady first? Hold up. Let me get Brick Lady out of the way. Hold up. Let me get Conscious Flea out of the way right quick. Hold up. Let me get Conscious Flea out of the way before I get to the tethers. Hold up, because I gotta get on these tethers asses right quick. We can't go a day without getting on tethers. Got. Oh my God, it's so real out here. These streets is crazy to say. I'm gonna get to it in a second. Actually, yeah, we about to get to it in a second. Now, let me talk about this too, though, because Conscious Flea, y'all know, on my last live, I talked about Brick Lady, and you know, Brick Lady was found guilty. She got to pay like $42,000 in restitution. She got 10 years probation. What does she have to do? I think she had to do a couple days in jail, if I'm not mistaken. I forgot. But she's banned from the internet for like 10 years. Egregious. Okay, justifiably so. Her ass got caught up. Shout out to Queen of Accountability. Now, this nigga Conscious Flea has been defending her ass. He did interviews with this broad. He done came out and said, oh, Black men, y'all don't want to be held accountable. Oh, the Black woman needs to be protected. Oh, Black men ain't shit. Oh, y'all didn't protect this woman. She's a goddess. All this pandering nonsense. Okay, mind you, this nigga's not even married to a Black woman, and yet you worry about what another black man did to another black woman. Negro, please. Miss me with the performative bullshit, okay? Because that's all that was. It was some pandering, performative bullshit. What he was doing, trying to get some clout from black women, that he don't even really want, because nigga, you really want the white woman. That's who you with, the Latino. So yeah, that he don't want to bring out. You see he popping out nowhere with his Latino. Every time you see this nigga, he by himself. Now, I ain't never seen a married man. They go everywhere by his damn self. You're doing that because you know it's a bad look. And you know that people will call your ass out for it, and you're going to look hypocritical as fuck, talking all this black shit, but you got a non-black person on your goddamn arm. You know you're going to look crazy as hell. So, yeah, he purposely does that, but this is him, because a lot of people was on his line like, bro, you're not going to apologize. You're not going to hold yourself accountable for, doing all this pandering and trying to prop up this lying-ass, scamming-ass Somali woman. Mind you, she's not a black woman. That was another thing. He up here talking about black women this, black women that, black men this, black, and this is a whole damn tether. This ain't even a black woman. It's a fucking Somalian, all right? Another thing. So, now he gets up here. He done turned his comments off on his page because people are still on his line. And mind you, he did come out with the video, but the bullshit video he did come out with, like, I think earlier last year or something like that, when people really started finding out she was lying. He was just like, yeah, it was some bullshit. I ain't even about to get into it. But look at this right here. This is his response now to people saying that he needs to hold himself accountable and apologize.
An apology. Are you going to apologize? What you're looking for is already happened last year and it's pinned in my TikTok. But I know bad faith actors when I see one. You don't care about an apology. You want to, I got you. We pop champagne bottles. These hoes be lying. And because I'm not giving y'all access to—
You goddamn right. Pull one out for the ancestors, because these hoes do be lying. These tether assholes be lying. Not black women. We ain't talking about we ain't talking about black women. I'm talking about these tethers. These hoes do be lying. That's what he should have said. These tethers do be lying. Not the hoes. These tethers, because the hoe might tell the truth. She might tell you the truth of shit 304. These tethers be lying like shit. Yes, they do. There's some scamming ass niggas. Yes, they are. I am popping champagne that the tether got caught up. Yes, we are.
My page to be able to troll. Y'all throwing temper tantrums. Y'all throwing hissy fits. It's a bunch of grown men celebrating a black woman being sentenced 90 days in jail.
And it's not a black woman, it's a tether. She is not a black woman. She was cosplaying as a black woman so she can get the attention from black women and get the sympathy from black men for that bullshit ass scam she came out with. Please. Because mind you, the scam that she had before that, it wasn't, oh, I'm a black woman this, I'm a black woman that. It was, I'm a Muslim. That was the scam then. Oh, I'm a Muslim woman who got attacked. She had some scam before this scam. There was, oh, I'm a Muslim who got attacked and that. So now when it got convenient, she's a black woman. She's not a black woman. Stop putting that on. Don't put that image on us. We got enough actual black women that's giving us that's a bad look for us that I got to deal with and work through anyways. I'm not taking on no damn tethers. That is not a black woman, please.
10 years probation, 10 years off the internet, and paying $42,000 back. We ain't even gonna get into the constitutionality of harsh and unusual punishment because she got everything she deserved. That's how a lot of y'all feel. I live in Texas, born and raised in the state. I know people that I got people in my family that got 10 years probation. They was on the run for 7 years and they got charged with vehicular assault. They got 10 years probation.
What are we talking about? What the fuck are you even talking about? Who cares? What are we talking? Brother, admit to the fact, honestly, she should have done some time. She should have been doing 2-3 years in jail. She stole. She literally scammed people out of $42,000. On top of the fact that she almost ruined another, I think the dude was an immigrant, an African dude. She almost ruined a man's life and reputation over a lie. And on top of that, she tricked and fed into the gender war that are going on between Black Americans. She used something that happened with immigrants to confuse that and add to the propaganda to separate Black men and Black women. Man, yes, you deserve. Do 2-3 years. What are we talking about? Oh, she didn't deserve this nigga. He got vehicle math on it. He got 10 years probation. What are we talking? Are you saying that she should have got last time? No. She literally lied multiple and then stood on the lie. She didn't even fold. It's not like she lied and didn't get no money out of it. At least Jussie Smollett lied. That nigga ain't started GoFundMe. He didn't start a fucking GoFundMe. Come on. So what are we talking about? This bitch raised $42,000. We're not talking about a couple hundred. $42,000? 40, that's what niggas making a year off sympathy that she should have never got, baby, please. Get out of here. This nigga's still pandering.
No jail time. You feel me? So y'all hatred for this woman right here and being like, aha, look at her, I told you. Look at him, I told you. Y'all ignoring the harsh and unusual punishment or the
I hate the way this nigga talk. Y'all ignoring the harsh and unusual punishment. Please get your, he is such a, how did he make it this far? He is so obviously fraudulent, it's crazy. Y'all so far caught up in the bullshit that y'all don't even understand that the white supremacy are the ones that got this woman caught up. And really the black woman is innocent. Really the black woman was a victim of the system. And the system really failed her because the system is really, I don't know how y'all listen to this nigga. I really like, do y'all see this nigga in front of a white background? Thinking he's talking like, what are you supposed to be, Dr. Umar? What are we doing? What are we doing? This nigga is such a fraud. He is so lame and corny. You can see it all. It's bleeding through him. Who talks like this? I said, that's why I can't even say to this nigga FBA. I can't even, people that said he half FBA, he probably got a Jamaican. Black men don't talk like this. I don't know what he's doing. Black men I know don't talk like that. What are we talking about? Like, he's such a weirdo.
Of the system, of the sentences, and because hey, you believe that's what it is.
He still got that rainbow colored dreads, man. Red flag, big red.
But anti-intellectualism make it where you're going to fight the way in which you're perpetuating the power of the system to over-sentence.
Oh, God.
To over-sentence.
Guess what? She couldn't have got over-sentenced in her country. Guess what? Guess what? Those are Black American problems. You know why? Because we're in our homeland. We know that this system is against us. We know that we're over-sentenced. We know that. That's why we represent the exonerations the most, over half. We know that. These are Black American problems, baby. She's a Somalian tether. I bet you she would have got over-sentenced in her homeland because she couldn't scam the niggas out there in her homeland because them niggas out there don't even identify as Black. So even if she would have got up here and said, oh, a Black man, they would have been like, oh, well, you should have been with a Somali nigga. I don't know what you're talking about. We African. We Somali. I don't know nothing about no Black man. So what the fuck are we? Am I supposed to feel bad because her ass came over here and she chose to come over here. Mind you, this ain't no ignorant bitch. This is a woman who has degrees. She actually has studied. She was putting it up on the page. I studied African American studies and I've looked into the history of Black Americans and I just know. So she knows so much about Black America. But then you chose to come over here and scam us? And then you mad at the very system that you came over here to study about? Why the fuck you ain't stand Somali and scam some niggas, man? Why the fuck you ain't go over there? I mean, I'm just saying. You expect me to feel bad for a tether? You're crazy. You're insane. This nigga's insane, bro.
This is what it is, man. You can acknowledge motherfucker did a crime and be like, the time don't fit the shit. You feel me? But
the time do fit it. The time, you're right. The time don't fit it because ass should have got more time. Actually.
Because y'all want to engage in this unethical, these hoes be lying, and any nigga that believe these hoes be lying, fuck the niggas too. Listen, man, we come from different frameworks of value.
Yeah, we do.
We come from different frameworks, you know what I'm saying, and different value systems.
Clearly we do, because you're a pandering ass coward. That's what that is. Very cowardly behavior, my nigga. If you can't get up there and admit that you was wrong, that's not manly. It's not, and I don't even want to do the man thing, baby. It's just not righteous. Shows a lack of integrity. Shows a lack of backbone. Like, my nigga, just admit you was wrong. There's no reason for you to be still. She's literally found. Like, it's over. Like, the farce is up. Like, the jig is up. My nigga, what are we talking about? Just get up here and say, look, I was wrong. I should have been pandering. I shouldn't have been so quick to you know what I'm saying, to jump on the line and support her without having the facts behind it. I should have analyzed a little. Why are you even making a video? Especially if you already made a video like you claimed. And I seen the video, shout out to False Media. He was reacting to it too. It was nonsense. He didn't even really apologize. But if you already did that, why do you feel the need to get up here and say, oh, well, y'all just want to argue? Take it. As much as you wanted to get up here and say, oh, how bad black men, how bad the black boogeyman is how much you need to receive the criticism when your ass was wrong. Just as loud as what you were, need to be just as loud as the apology needs to be. What are we talking about? This should be no defense. This shouldn't be no, oh, y'all just want to see a black woman fall, and my nigga, shut up. Like, nobody wants to hear that, babe. I didn't even want to hear the first. I don't know how nobody was listening to your ass up to this point, but Nobody wants to hear that shit. The jig is up. Please. Like, if y'all don't get this nigga off the internet, I'm so tired of seeing his ass. Oh my God. I'm so tired of seeing him. Oh Lord. Another person I'm tired of seeing.
It's the Spanish nigga.
This nigga 6ix9ine. Absolutely outrageous, egregious, everything between. Then we're gonna go through this kind of quick. Because 6ix9ine. Oh, you know what? Am I gonna start with 6ix9ine? We can start with 6ix9ine. 6ix9ine has been popping up with people podcasts and streams and blah 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 blah. Okay. We know 6ix9ine is an anti-black fraudulent scammer. Basically a tether as well, because he definitely attached himself to black gang members in New York, which I don't even know if all them niggas was FBA, to be honest. But he used their likeness to up his image, get him this little street cred, and then he turned around and became a rat. So, which honestly, I think he was just a plant from the beginning. I think he was informant from the beginning. Let's just be real. But so yeah, now he's doing these rounds on people's stream. I don't know if he's about to become a streamer or what, but he's been on people's streams, even on people's podcasts. And I'm just noticing something like these tethers are starting to. I think we're making tethers turn on each other. I think we're starting to make the tethers turn on each other. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think they're peeping game, because you got people like 6ix9ine now, and 6ix9ine is not even black. So I don't even think it's just a tether thing. I think it's these non-black people who've acted like tethers. But now it's so obvious that they're not black. So it's like they got, again, it's like a little bit different. It's matter of fact, I talked about this when Fat Joe was on Mav Hoffa, and he was up there talking about you FBA niggas and da-da-da-da. And I was like, I think that these people, these non-blacks who tether themselves to black Americans, they're jealous of the black tethers that tether themselves to black Americans, because they can get away with it a lot easier than they can. Like, you look at 6ix9ine and you know he's not a black man, but if you look at 21 Savage, or if you look at Conscious Flea, or if you look at, I don't know if Conscious Flea is not FBA or not. I can't put that on him, but I just got my suspicions. But some of these other, Candace Owens, it's easier for them to get away with it because they look like us. You know what I'm saying? Especially if they was raised here, they might talk like us. So it's a little bit easier for them to get away with it. But a non-black, it's like, nigga, you're not black. You know, it's easier for us to be like, you're not black. So I think a lot of these non-black tethers are like, they're jealous. They're like, hey, look, if we can't tether, y'all can't tether either. Look, I mean, I ain't black, but y'all ain't black. Y'all ain't black for real, like the black Americans. So I think they're getting a little bit jealous. And now you got them coming out and saying things, admitting to one, things like this, but also two, when we get to another video where he admitted to something else.
The bald heads, right? Niggas would be like, oh shit, what type of mariachis is this? You know what I mean?
But
like, let's talk about it. Like,
that, like, your career didn't really pop off of that next level until you got with the members.
So you got with black people?
The gangsters, the Bloods.
No, it's just black people. Like, that's what it, yeah. You know what I mean? Like, cause remember, we in a rap game full. Like, what if I got in a gang with straight Spanish gang members?
That probably wouldn't have gone viral.
So once let's stop calling them gang members. Once I got around black people, that's the elephant in the room that nobody want to talk about. You know what I mean?
No, facts.
So like, we try to sugarcoat it to like, let's talk facts. What if I had mad Latin kings behind me?
It wouldn't have hit on the goddamn thing. He's right. He's actually absolutely correct. He's actually absolutely correct. But it's just funny coming out of his mouth, because just a few years ago he was defending himself, acting like he's such a street dude and all this is real and I didn't really snitch and blah blah blah. So it's just funny that we're seeing a change in narrative now, that he's admitting to the fact that the only reason he had any sort of validity is because of the black American image. That's it. Not because of no Latinos, not because of no Ethiopians, no MS-13, no other gangs. We could, like you said, you could say gang members, but it's not because they were gang members, it's because they was black Americans first. They had the image of black Americans. And without the black American likeness, his image wouldn't have hit on shit. He wouldn't even been even kind of looked at as sort of even kind of black, because some people thought he was Afro-Latino or something. That's why he was running around saying nigga so much. He still is. He's not black, which is absolutely anti-black as hell, racist as hell. But he wouldn't even have that bit of validity to get into our spaces for us to listen to our songs without all of them black people behind him. Again, I don't even know if all the black people he was with were FBAs. All the people in that GANG. Actually, I gotta be careful. I don't even know if all of them FBA, but the fact that they looked FBA, the fact that they were in New York on FBA streets using FBA culture was enough. That's what gave him the validation. So he's actually 100% correct. I mean, everybody. Now here he go again talking about 21 Savage. Now y'all know 21 Savage is from the UK. We didn't learn. Now mind you, 21 moved over here 7 years old. So this nigga knew he was from the UK. He didn't let us know he was from the UK until after ICE got his ass. Y'all remember he got deported by ICE. And then he had to come out and admit to the fact that, yeah, I'm actually British. I'm actually from the UK. And then on his last album, he tried to put his British mother up there. I think his mother had an accent or something. He did the Red Rum video and in the UK with a bunch of black Brits trying to look like black Americans. Like, so now he did a song with Central C. Now he's trying to dibble and dabble after he's been exposed of being a tether because he's not FBA. So this is 6ix9ine talking about him too though.
His whole life is a facade. Everybody thought he was from Atlanta.
He's from Atlanta.
He came here at 7.
That's what I'm saying.
It was impossible for him to do street shit in the UK.
Tell ICE that, motherfucker.
Hold on. But when you're saying that, his upbringing is
everybody, listen.
If it's
Hold on. Listen, I'm Mexican. When you have a family member that get deported by ICE, go to the office and say, he been here since he was 7.
Okay. I get it.
Which is true. Absolutely true again. And you know what's crazy is it's the pot calling the kettle black because that nigga's a fraud too. 6ix9ine, you're just as much as a fraud. Okay. If y'all don't remember when he at the beginning of his career, that's why I say he's really like a plant, honestly. I think he was an informant from the jump. He had like his family said he was one way and then he went off for like 3 months and changed and then came back with this rainbow hair shit. Sound like MK Ultra. Sound like they took his ass off to do some brief programming and they brought him back to the industry, to be famous in the industry. So it to be a plant. So 6ix9ine is a fraud. He don't know nothing about. He's Mexican again, and you're dressed up. You're running around talking about nigga using black American culture. You was around again using the black American GANGs out there. My nigga, you're a fraud as well. So it's the kettle black. But it's just funny now that now we have other tethers. Again, it's just funny that these non-black people, these non-black Americans are calling each other out. I'm like, what? And now look at this. Look at here. It's not, it don't stop there. Hold up, there's one more. I got one more for you. Then we get into Mamdani. Hold up. I got one more because this is Wale. This is Wale on Fat Joe's podcast. And we know Fat Joe is an anti-black tether as well. He's an anti-black non-tether. We need a term for the non-tether. Because sometimes you can't be a tether if you don't look like us. But that's the only fitting term I can use because they really cosplay as black Americans. But these non-blacks who use black American culture to come up, you know that he's been exposed as being an anti-black racist at this point. But now he got Wale up here, who Wale is actually Nigerian. He's a tether as well, actually, because I didn't know that nigga was Nigerian for a minute. Okay, I think I learned that a few years ago, but like the beginning of his career, I thought he was FBA. I thought he was a black American for sure. He's from the DMV, he grew up out here. I think he grew up in Maryland more so. But I thought the nigga was from here. I didn't know he was here. I didn't know he was Nigerian until like a few years ago. So now this is him on Joe Budden podcast. I mean, it's not Joe Budden, Fat Joe's podcast, and Fat Joe asked him, you African or you African American? He meant FBA because he don't want to use FBA because he's anti-black, but we know what he meant.
African American or are you African?
Is that I'm African. We are African.
Now, why would you say that? Wale, now why would you go and say some shit like that? When somebody asks you if you African, if somebody asks me if I'm African or black American, if I'm African or foundational black American, first of all, I'm not going to stutter. I don't know why the fuck he had to think about that. I'm African. We all African. What? No, the fuck we not. No, we're not. You're African. I'm a foundational black American. So the tethering is still there. Mind you, it's already been exposed. He's already been exposed as being a Nigerian. I don't even want to say exposed. I think he came out with that information himself. But the fact that he's still trying to hide behind the black American facade and be like, we all African, right? No, nigga, we not. But it's funny that you getting that nervous again in front. And Jadakiss is a black American, if I'm not mistaken. Y'all correct me in the comments. Jadakiss is also on this podcast. This is him and Fat Joe's podcast. But You get real nervous around a real Black American and a non-Black cosplayer over your own ethnicity. Why is that? What's up with the tether? What's up? Let me let the clip. What's going on with these tethers, man? They getting real unchy. They getting real nervous out here, ain't they?
Yes. But I'm just saying the way you flowed on them African beats was almost like you from Nigeria, not from Washington. I'm telling you the truth. You know what you did on that shit. No. I'm just telling you, you sounded African on this shit.
My full name is Olubawale. That's a Nigerian.
Oh, this the fuck I'm talking about.
Now, why didn't you start with that? Why didn't you start? Because you don't want to be seen as African. You want to be seen as a Black American. I'm just gonna say it for you.
Everybody,
where is you at? You don't know this?
Yeah.
I didn't know.
He was too busy making street runners, man.
Yo, you crazy. I'm asking you a question. Is you African?
Now, Jadakiss trying to act like Jadakiss low-key caping. He low-key caping for Wale talking about something. Oh, how didn't you know this? What do you mean? Who the fuck cares if he didn't know it? Who cares? If somebody asks you what's your ethnicity, sir, you should be straight up about it. There should be no hesitation. There should be no defense. There should be no, oh, we're all African. If somebody asks me if I'm Black, I'm not going to say, we all Black. Nigga, no, we not. What are we talking about? Half of you niggas don't even identify as Black. I'm not putting that on you, even if you are racially classified as Black. I'm not putting that shit on you. I'm Black. So why do you feel a need to sit there and hesitate when somebody asks you? Why are you acting like you got exposed? Like you got it. Somebody said XYZ. Somebody acts like somebody you Janet Jackson. You got the nipple that popped out or something. What's going on? Why you look so embarrassed? It's because they are listening. Understand we are the most studied people on this planet. These celebrities hear our conversations, just like Fat Joe, fat ass, trying to big back ass Joe. I'm sorry, big back Joe, trying to get up here and fake like, oh, you foundational Black American, you fundamental Black. He trying to fuck up the name and then come for what's his name? I think Professor, who he come for? Not Professor Black Truth. Who he come for? Black Authority, foundational Black Authority. Da 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 da. He trying to downplay it because he listens. He's trying to downplay it because he sees the delineation movement. And he's probably being told, more than likely from the damn Democrats, to make sure that he pushes back on that. Oh, no, you have to make sure there's a flat blackness. Because that's the only way you're going to be able to get in and attach yourself to American culture is if you act like it's just a flat blackness thing. You gotta act like it's not, so you gotta act like it's nothing else going on. Ain't no other foundational Black. No, you just gotta act like it's flat blackness and you an Afro Latino, so you got a part of it. No. These people see what's going on. They see us calling out these damn tethers and they are shaking in their goddamn boots. And some of them are so scared, they like, damn, you know what? I'm already, because mind you, Fat Joe and Big Back Joe at this point, in my opinion, has been neutralized. I'm not taking a goddamn thing he says seriously. And I think a lot of Black Americans not really fucking with him either. But, and that's why he needed Jadakiss, because honestly, a podcast by itself would have flopped. The only reason I think Black people even looking at this damn podcast is because Jadakiss up there. If it was just Fat Joe's podcast, that shit would probably flop, please. But there's a bit of envy there. Like, damn, how y'all gonna push me out? I made y'all niggas lean back. I had y'all leaning back with Remy Ma, and y'all gonna let this African nigga come in and say he's welcome, or y'all gonna let him get away with it? Well, he's a cosplayer too. If I'm getting called out, why he not getting called out? That's what that is. You see how quick they turn on each other. You see how quick it's tether wars. Somebody put that in the comment. It's tether wars out here. I let us see it. That just means what we doing is working. That means what we doing is very much impactful. It's affecting the culture because y'all see what's going on. I know y'all see it, okay? That's the only reason you even asked that man if he was African. And you didn't give a damn about him slattering on the African beats. Nigga, you Puerto Rican. You don't give a fuck about no Afro beats. Get out of here. You did not care that much. And that man probably wasn't even doing too much on them joints. He wasn't up there with no damn accent. Please. You did that on purpose. So that way people can know, oh, y'all, look, he's a tether. Look. FBA's, look. Get off of me and get on him. He's a tether. Look at him. Look, hey, look, y'all. That's what that was. Nigga, we don't need your nudge. We already know that he's a tether, number one. But number two, I'm actually glad. I'm glad that the tethers are exposing themselves because you're doing a lot. You're taking some of the work off my shoulders. I'm not even mad. We don't need you to do it. But I'm not mad at you doing it because you're making the work easier for me. I love to see it. Wale, you better get your tethering ass on somewhere. Be honest. Okay, you want to get on Afrobeat? Go make you an Afrobeat album. Okay, he just came out with a song with T.O.B., a go-go band out here. That's my shit. Learning in sorrow, back on that bottle. I'm not alone. Oh yeah, Flacco resign. That's my shit's like. I'm not gonna lie, he cranked that. But Wale, I'm gonna if you get your tethering ass on somewhere. Be honest about who you are, because we already know that you're Nigerian. Honestly, half the niggas in the DMV say you're not even from here. What are we talking about? Shit. Half of the FBAs out here say you're not even from here. What are we talking about? So honestly, brother, you ain't really got much to lose. Just be honest. What the hell is all this? I do this. What is it? How did I just do that? Okay, my bad. Half of the FBAs out here don't even claim your ass. So what are we talking? Brother, you ain't got much to lose. Just claim your city. Be honest about where you from. Claim your country, brother. We ain't look, we ain't judging. We just be honest about the shit. All right. Stop tethering. Now, on to the main topic. Damn, I really tried to speed past those. That shit took 45 minutes. I really tried my hardest to speed past all those. Maybe I should have done a full Mayweather thing. I tried, but I really want to knock those out anyways. Anyway, we gotta get to Mamdani. I put a timestamp up here for y'all, for those of y'all watching on playback. Mamdani. So actually, we're gonna get up off here. It's been 45 minutes. I love y'all though. I appreciate y'all up in y'all some real ones. Come on over to YouTube though. YouTube, the link is in the bio. Please come over to YouTube. I love y'all though. Thank you. I gotta go. So Mamdani. Recently, Zohran Mamdani recently won mayor of New York. We're going to get into his acceptance speech right quick. He given AOC. Hold up. Let me get into his acceptance speech. Hold up. Not 45 minutes. Jesus, I know. God, I appreciate the minds, though. Thank you. Jazz, I see you in the comments. But Jesus, egregious outrage everything between. I did not think that was going to take that long. I was like, that's going to be like 20 minutes. That's going to be like a 20-minute little bit. Then we'll get to Mamdani. Girl, 45 minutes. Child. My bad. I didn't know that shit was going to take that long. Sorry. Now, like I said, Zohran Mamdani, he is the new the new mayor, excuse my language, for New York. Let's get into his acceptance speech.
Donald Trump. Since I know you're watching, I have 4 words for you. Turn the volume up. We will hold bad landlords to account, because the Donald Trumps of our city have grown far too comfortable taking advantage of their tenants. We will put an end to the culture of corruption that has allowed billionaires like Trump to evade taxation and exploit tax breaks. We will stand alongside unions and expand labor protections, because we know, just as Donald Trump does, that when working people have ironclad rights, the bosses who seek to extort them become very small indeed. New York will remain a city of immigrants, a city built by immigrants, powered by immigrants, and as of tonight, led by an immigrant.
Wow. So New York is powered by immigrants. Oh, wow. Amazing. New York is powered. It's full of immigrants. It's led by an immigrant. It's going to stay. It's built by immigrants. Oh, I can't forget that. It's built by immigrants. It's going to stay full of immigrants. Now, all this immigrant nonsense, all of this immigrant talk. Now, he just said something about bad landlords and Trump and immigrants. But you ain't saying nothing about the black folks out there? You ain't got nothing to say to the black Americans out there. Okay, I'm just saying it's just very telling. We're gonna get into some more stuff, but it's just very telling that we're halfway through this speech and you ain't said nothing about the black Americans that take up a good portion of the population of New York. About like I think it's over 20%. White folks take up like 30, and the rest is like different groups of minorities. So it's funny you addressing the minorities out there, but you're not addressing the main population, the real American citizens, the only real American citizens in that damn city, the foundation of black Americans. But you're talking about all these immigrants. Oh, okay. I'm just saying.
So hear me, President Trump, when I say this. To get to any of us, you will have to get through all of us. When we enter City Hall in 58 days, expectations will be high. We will meet them.
All right, I think that's enough. We get the gist. So he's coming. He's going against Trump. He's all for immigrants. He's talking about how immigrants rule the city and blase, goddamn blah. Now, let me just look this up right quick, because we know foundational Black Americans literally built this damn country. We are the foundation of this country, quite literally. And I'm going to get into the literal part in just a second, but we are literally the foundation of this country. And again, we take up at least 20 or 21% of the population in New York. Now, they try to act like New York is filled with immigrants, which it is. There's a lot of immigrants out there, but there's other states where there's higher population of immigrants, okay? New York just happens to have a lot of hives, all right? They have a lot of hives, and they got a lot of illegals. Let me say that. That's undocumented. So the fact that he has his first initial response is to go off of the backs. I mean, it's to go off of the hype of immigrants, those who are not even of this country, who is coming to this country and benefiting off the backs of foundational Black Americans. Is very interesting. Very interesting that he's focusing on them. And I think it's passive aggressively racist if we just been. Now let's just call it what it is. This is passive aggressive anti-Blackness. This is benign neglect. Let's just be real. The fact that you didn't address us firstly, or even intentionally just throw us in there. At least, AOC, that's why I said she gave it AOC, because AOC, she just had a speech and she was like, oh, New York is built with, from fleeing Irish and the fleeing Jews and the fleeing Italians and the fleeing Hispanics. She said it in a different way, but basically all these niggas was fleeing they fucking homelands, was fleeing. And then the Black Americans fleeing Jim Crow. No. Don't try to equate. Don't try to equate us from our migration to y'all fleeing. It ain't the goddamn, it's not the same. So she was hella her speech was hella anti-Black as well. But that's a code, I think that's a dog whistle that they're using for people on the left, where they're actually trying to use this watered down Blackness, this whole people of color, this immigrants, anybody not white. Like, no, if you're not being specific about foundational Black Americans, you ain't talking about us. And that's on purpose. All right. And in a way, you kind of are talking about us, because you're really talking about trying to replace us. You're really talking about trying to move the resources that we fought for to other communities, to outside communities. So really, you're really dog whistling. They know what they're doing with this shit. Okay. Now, it's funny, though, that he said that they built immigrants. The immigrants built New York. Number one, when foundational Black Americans been there the longest out of any goddamn body. Let's just get that out the way first. We were there first, number one. Outside of the colonizers that was there, we were there first. We didn't before then. This is our land, so we've been there. So we literally built this country before. This country wasn't even a country before we built it, quite literally. But even before that, even if you want to just get into some of the specifications, even if we just want to get into some of the specifications of what we did and what happened to us, I know y'all know about the story of Seneca Village, right? Now Seneca Village was a town full of Black folk, foundational Black Americans, that was like many of our other, Lake Lanier and a lot of other towns and cities that we built up, that they claim we too lazy and too broke and just too confused. You niggas don't want to pull yourselves up by the bootstraps. Now we actually built a city in New York, right? And on the backs of the labor of our ancestors, they created Central Park. They literally buried our town. Let me just read a little bit of this. During the early 1850s, the city began planning for a large municipal park to counter unhealthy or urban conditions and provide space for recreation. In 1853, the New York state legislature enacted a law that set aside 750 acres of land in Manhattan from the 59th to the 106th streets between 5th and 8th Avenues to create the country's first major landscape park. The city acquired the land through eminent domain. Yeah, they took our shit. Let's be real. And then hold up, because I know they're gonna try to push back on that. But let me finish the sentence. The law that allows the government to take private land for public use with the compensation paid to the landowner. Oh, but they were compensated. No, the fuck they weren't. Not enough. Not nearly as much as they were supposed to be. Let's continue. This was a common practice. In the 19th century and had been used to build Manhattan's grid of streets decades earlier. There were roughly 1,600 inhabitants of this place, 1,600 foundational Black Americans. And even if you want to say all of them wasn't Black, maybe someone was some white folks, whatever. Over 1,000 foundational Black Americans were displaced, throughout the area. Although the landowners were compensated, many argued that their land was undervalued because that's what these people do. Some white, and I say so. They wanted that shit, they took it. Here go your little chump change, nigga. Go ahead and find somewhere else to go. That's what these people do. They've done it multiple times. This is one of many examples. So again, you want to sit up here and talk about how immigrants built some shit, but you're not talking about how they built some shit off of the shit that was stolen from us. And again, they didn't even really build it because it was already built. If the tools, if the bricks, if the cement, if everything for the foundation of the house is already laid down, as a matter of fact, Afro just uses that example on the TikTok live. If you just switching out a TV, if you just switching out a sink, baby, you didn't build shit. It was already built. They knocked down our shit and put down a fucking park right there, and you're not going to even acknowledge the descendants of those Black folks? You're not going to even acknowledge the sacrifices that at least the Black folks, the foundational Black Americans gave for Seneca Village. You're not going to even address that. And that's just one of many examples. So this is highly offensive for you to get up here and say, oh yeah, immigrants built this, and immigrants ain't have to go through a goddamn thing we went through. They benefited off of our struggle, off our plight. Everyone did. So this is just, these are straight up lies coming from the left. These are straight up lies. And this is why I can't get jiggy with the Democrats. I'm not rocking with it because they use this shit to practice benign neglect. Oh no, we're taking care of the people of color. Hey, look at what we're doing for the immigrants. Look at what we're doing for these women. Look at what we're doing for this. And all the time, you're still ignoring the issues of foundational Black Americans. Foundational Black Americans get the short end of the stick every damn time. But you want to sit up here and act like y'all are so not racist. Oh, it's the right that's so racist. They're just white supremacists. It was somebody on live the other day who was like, oh, you don't see Confederate flags at Democratic rallies or Democratic protests and da-da-da. Okay, but we see rainbow flags with the Black Power fist on it. Right. We see a bunch of immigrant flags. Right. We see a bunch of flags that ain't got shit to do with foundational Black American issues. Right. Both of them are racist as hell. This is hella anti-Black. I don't trust this dude. And we know that he's, what is his race? Let me just look. Where is he from? Is he from Pakistan? Let me just make sure. Where is he from? Where's his people from? Is he Indian? Actually, I think he's Indian. Let me see. American politicians current blah 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 da 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 da. Indian and Ugandan. Oh, Indian and Ugandan? He's African and Asian? Oh yeah. Absolutely the fuck not. Yeah. So this is giving real. He's probably been tethering. Oh, he has been tethering. Hold up. That's crazy. I didn't know that nigga was Ugandan. That's funny as hell. I thought he was just Asian. He has been tethering. I found this little thing. That's crazy. These tethers, man. These tethers is out of pocket. These tethers are out of pocket. This same dude, mind you, he don't want to address Black Americans, but this motherfucker was up here rapping his little Indian ass off I'm not gonna play it because I don't want to copyright it. I don't know if this music is what you call it, but you can easily look it up on TikTok. He's up here rapping. So you don't got a problem with tethering yourself to foundational Black American culture, but you don't want to turn around and address the very people you came up off of? You don't want to address the same people you were tethering yourselves to? Because right here, they none of this shit Indian. Yeah, you get on Indian garments, but this ain't Indian music. This ain't Indian music. You may be, I think he's speaking in Arabic or some other language in some of these joints, but he's not, this is not they shit. This is foundational Black American culture that you're using. Let me play a little bit of it.
I love the lyric, I love the nice. Some me I hate, but I love no spice.
Yeah, this nigga is up here rapping like an FBA, and you don't got the audacity, you don't got the goal enough to at least address foundational Black Americans, but you up here rapping like us? That's that tether. Oh, it's a tether. It's another tether cosplayer pretending to be us. Now, there's been a lot of pushback. I'm gonna get into some. I'm about to go to his website. Matter of fact, let me go to his website first. We'll get to the other shit later. I went on his website just to check out some of his policies. I'm like, you know what? Because automatically off rip, I'm not rocking with Brian. He didn't address foundational Black Americans. He's clearly came up off our culture. He's clearly benefited from us. I mean, you're any immigrant over here has benefited from foundational Black American culture and our political plight in this country. Point blank, period. So you've already benefited us. Not only just you, your parents, and anybody you're related to that's been over here has benefited off of us. But you don't got the nerve to address it. So I'm like, you know what? You didn't address us in your speech. Maybe he got a policy. Maybe it's something in there. That's in particular, particularly directed towards foundational Black Americans. Let's see. Let's just go through it. Let's just go through some of them and see. So we have housing here. Freeze the rent, building affordable housing, cracking down on landlords, supporting homeowners. All right. Okay, it's just a general thing. Safety, the Department of Community Safety. All right, a little general thing. Affordability, city-owned groceries, fast fare buses, fighting. Okay, again. All right. Early childhood education, no cost childcare, which is cool. But baby baskets for New Yorker newborns, K through 12, blah 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 blah. Paying for our gender, taxing corporations, the 1% and the 1%. Okay. All right, still nothing about Black folks, again, who take up 20% of the goddamn population of New York, who take up more of the percentage of the population than the immigrants out there. But you're worried about everything else. It's nothing up here for foundational Black Americans. Okay, climate, all right. LGBTQ protections. Now, I thought this was interesting right here because he's supposed to be a Muslim. I'm like, Muslims ain't with. So this is some democratic shit right here. But let me just read a little bit of this LGBTQ one. Queer and trans people across the United States are facing an increasingly hostile political environment. New York City must be a refuge for LGBTQ people, but private institutions in our city have already started capitulating to Trump's assault on trans rights. Meanwhile, the cost of living crisis confronting working class people across the city hits the LGBT community particularly hard, with higher rates of unemployment and homelessness. Oh, so you worried about LGBT, but you're not worried about the Black folks and how we're impacted. You have nothing up here for concern about how Black folks are impacted, but you're worried about LGBTQ? Interesting. All right. Okay. The Mamdani administration will protect LGBT New Yorkers by expanding and protecting gender-affirming care citywide, making NYC an LGBT sanctuary city and creating the Office of LGBT Affairs. Absolutely insane. What do you mean protecting gender-affirming care? That means we getting free free mutilation? So he's behind, he's all for free mutilation and healthcare. I'm not for that bullshit. Most Black Americans are not for paying for other people. I'm not trying to be taxed for no goddamn free. No. So niggas can go chop off their damn body parts. What are you, crazy? And take hormones and testosterone to feed this illusion, this delusion that they're under, that you're trying to be something that you're not? No, this is giving anti-Black too. If we being honest, Now we know again the LGBT they are used so heavily on the left. We know they try to equate them to black people. Oh, that's why they put the black power fist in front of that LGBT flag. They try to conflate it. Like, oh, these are just minority groups. They're all just, they're all just struggling in one group. If they're all facing the same. No. When he said just LGBTQ, you're talking about white folks. You're talking about white people. Let's just be honest. That's who take up the majority of LGBT. You're talking about white folks on top of that. So what the hell are we talking about? This is anti-black. This is very much anti-black. This is benign neglect. How do you have everybody and their mama up here, but you don't got nothing about black people? That's a red flag. Now let me see what else he got up here. Healthcare, labor, raising minimum wage, blah, blah, blah. Small businesses, not black-owned businesses, small businesses. So that's immigrant businesses. Let's just be real. That's code for immigrant businesses. Libraries and Trump-proofing NYC. So you're trying to keep the immigrants in here. Let me say this. He said Trump got to get through all of them. I hope he do. Yeah. I hope ICE get through all you niggas because y'all shouldn't be up there. If you're illegal, you got to go. I'm not for it. I'm not rocking with it. And that right there is anti-black as well. The fact that you are fighting to keep people there, keep immigrants there that should not be there. You don't want ICE coming in there. No, get them niggas up out of there. There's way too many immigrants up there that's taking resources, taking jobs, taking opportunities away from foundational black Americans. It's a problem. So the fact that you're not with that, you saying you niggas need to find another way. Hey, look, this is immigrant land now. You niggas, y'all better move to Canada. Y'all better move somewhere, move to another state, because now that we're taking over this state. You gonna sit up here and tell me this is not racist? How is this not racist as hell? This is just an underhanded, this is the passive aggressive tactics on the left. At least with the right, them niggas gonna tell you, like, no, we're not. I'd take the wolf over the wolf and sheepskin. I'm sorry. I'm not rocking with this whatsoever. This is hella anti-black. Brother is not this. He's not a brother. But this dude is clearly working against us. Now, there were some, matter of fact, let me play this too. Because he got on his TikTok page, there's like hella propaganda of him up there with immigrants. Now he got hella videos of him running to immigrant cars and running up the taxi cabs and talking to, because y'all know it's a lot of Africans out there that do the taxis. A lot of Africans, he running up the taxis talking about, did you vote yet? It's a lot of them voting. And look at this right here. He got this posted proudly on his page. But he ain't got nothing to talk about black folks. Let me play this. Now, if y'all can see, the signs say Africans for Zohran. Africans for, now it's crazy. I just want to put this out there because these Africans tethers be the main ones that say, oh yeah, well, we're all black. But why the fuck it don't say black people for Zohran? It say Africans for Zohran. It don't say black folk. We ain't all black because you know that he's not doing anything for black people. He's doing something for immigrants. And let's be real, he don't really give a damn about the black immigrants. He don't give a fuck. But they are so delusioned that they're like, you know what? Let me attach myself to the immigrant thing. Let me back up off the black thing. Let's get up off the black shit. Let's just focus on the immigrant thing. So Africans for Zohran, because he's clearly not doing anything for the black folk. But he said he's doing a lot for Muslims and immigrants. And okay, so let me put my religion first. Let me put my immigrant status first. And then maybe we'll get to the black shit. If I can see some benefits from it. What are we talking? Let me just play this little clip right here. This was on his page.
Mugamba mtia abana beka. Wafrika wenzangu. Sisi ni wahamiaji hapa New York City. Zohran Mamdani amesema.
I don't know what the hell this lady is saying. Let me see if they say some English shit up in here. I don't know. I just wanted to get to the point of this nigga clearly pandering to immigrants. Okay, so it's hella goddamn immigrants up here that's talking about they're calling for all Africans across New York City. What does that say? To join us on November 4th to vote. So they've called, these Africans have got it. Some of these niggas are so off code, so anti-black that they are even pandering for this man. They're trying to panhandle votes for this man because they think they're going to benefit so much from all of these immigrant the policies that he's backing, he's presenting. This is very anti-black. The fact that he's using them for this as well is very anti-black. Very anti-black. Hold on, let me see if they say anything else. Lowering housing costs and da. But see, this is what I mean. He's doing this for Africans, because why wouldn't you have a thing like this with black Americans? Because he felt like he didn't need the vote. He felt like, in which he didn't in this case, because the nigga won. But he felt like, I don't gotta pander to you niggas. I'm in immigrant land. And I'm gonna make sure that I bring more immigrants in, so I really don't need y'all. I can flush y'all out as long as I can bring in and flood this city with more immigrants and keep the ones that's still here and keep icing Donald Trump out. I'm never going to need you, Negro. I'm not going to have to address y'all at all, because I got this little buffer class that's going to support me. They're all for us just worried about immigrant problems, because that's all New York is. It's just full of immigrants. That's all this nigga cares about. And this is why I'm like, this is a problem. It's showing. It's very anti-black that I'm seeing so many people show support for him and saying that. It's people that's in different states talking about, oh yeah, I'm in a different state, but that's my mayor. What? Some of these niggas and white folk, and that should be a red flag within that. Some of these are white folks saying this. But I'm like, the fact that you got these immigrants out here so pressed for this dude, I'm like, this is hella off code. This is hella off code. He's not saying anything for the very people that brought you niggas here. And y'all got the nerve to get the team up with him and make a whole video up here talking about how we're going to vote for him, and you want to call to action a bunch of other immigrants to come out and vote for him? That's nah. You hugging up to Indian, to Curry Zaddy too much. I'm not fucking with the Curry Zaddy situation. I ain't rocking with that. Now, there was some pushback. Let me play this. Let me show this right quick, because there was some pushback. Although there was a lot of people that was for or excited about this dude winning, there was some pushback. And 50 Cent posted this. 50 Cent, our FBA brother. He posted this right here. RIP NYC, founded in 1624, died in 2025. Now, it's a lot of people in the comments that says, look, he said, when a nigga gets some money, rich people being upset about elections is a good thing for regular citizens. For a black man, I didn't think you'd be this much of a sellout. You're really giving Canaan. America died on January 6th. Damn, you got shot how many times? But brown man trying to help the working class and poor people makes you afraid. What? Do you see how slickly anti-black even these comments are? What are you talking about as a black man? And mind you, this look like this is a white man saying this bullshit. Mind you, these people are saying shit like this, but he's not doing anything for it. Why in the hell? Why? In what world would I look like as a black person being all for somebody that's only doing something for immigrants? He didn't say anything that has to do with my group. Specifically, again, the housing thing, the going on Trump, the bad landlords. Okay, cool. That's shit that affects everybody in New York. But he got real specific when it came to LGBTQ. He got real specific when it came to immigrants. But you expect me to get up here and be jumping for joy when a nigga get up here and he's not saying anything about my specific group of people? That's anti-black. It's because we're not supposed to care, nigga. You're not supposed to care. You don't matter. You forgot. You don't remember. No, this is what the POC thing is. You're supposed to feed into that. You're not supposed to care. You don't have the right to care about your own people. What are we talking about? So shout out to 50. He also posted this. He said, escape from NY, hit the road. All roads lead to Shreveport. He said, get the hell up out of New York. He said, get the hell up out of New York. Now, I ain't with that, 50. I'm not with getting up out of New York, because that's our land. Okay, all of this is our shit, to be honest. So we shouldn't have to move no damn where, to be honest. But the black Americans out there definitely need to fight. Push back heavily against this immigrant takeover, because that's essentially what it is. These immigrants are trying to come over here and take over and make it their land 2.0. Shout out to Horticulture. We just talked about that on Horticulture. And now they got people in political spaces like this dude Mamdani, who's getting up here and going to place policies in order for them to do that. 50 is on point. This is not about no rich class. I mean, okay, I'm not against him taxing the rich. I ain't against him taxing the rich. That's not the problem. The problem is you're trying to tax the rich to benefit not the poor. You're using code language, talking about this is about the poor and the working class. No, it's about the immigrants. Let's just be honest. I don't like that double speak. I don't like that codified language where you try to say one thing, but you really mean another. What you mean is the immigrants. You want to tax them to benefit immigrants, to put more money into immigrant pockets, not to put it in foundational Black American pockets, not in the true American pockets. So that's an issue. That's a problem. And my throat. Jesus, help me. Egregious. Also, a little bit more pushback. Now, y'all know Elon and Trump not messing with each other, but Elon was a big fan of Trump. He's definitely still on the right, okay? Definitely still a Republican, if I'm not mistaken. He is for sure Republican. He has some pushback for Mamdani as well.
New York City mayoral ballot form is a scam. That's because the names of Zohran Mamdani and other candidates appear twice. But Musk is wrong. The state of New York follows a system called fusion voting. This is where more than one party can endorse a single candidate and list them on the ballot. On the New York City mayoral ballot, Mamdani appears twice for both the Democrats and the Working Families Party. So does Curtis Sliwa for the Republicans and on the Protect Animals line. This isn't a new system. In fact, the ballot for last year's presidential election in New York looked pretty similar. Here's a sample ballot from Madison County in 2024. You can see Donald Trump was listed under both the Republican and Conservative parties, and Kamala Harris under both the Democrat and Working Families parties. As part of his claim that the ballot is a scam, Musk also pointed out that Andrew Cuomo's name was listed last, but this is only because Cuomo entered the race late on, as an independent candidate, after losing the Democratic nomination.
As an independent, but he just got endorsed by damn Trump.
Mamdani. The New York City Board of Elections decides the ballot order, and independent candidates are listed below official parties. And what about Musk's complaint that no ID is required to vote? The New York City Board of Elections says that you don't need to show your ID to vote, but you do need to have provided it to register. Elon Musk has claimed the New York...
So yeah, hold on, let me play that last part one time.
And what about Musk's complaint that no ID is required to vote? The New York City Board of Elections says that you don't need to show your ID to vote, but you do need to have provided it to register. Elon Musk has claimed...
Yeah, I don't trust that shit. These immigrants be scamming. Hello, Somalian Brook lady. These niggas be scamming like shit. You telling me all they gotta do is upload something online to register and they don't gotta show it in person? Even if they had to show it in person, to be honest, it's not that hard. It's kids that get fake IDs. What the fuck are we talking about? So I'm not saying that Elon is right, but I'm just saying the nigga might not be wrong. That's all. His ass might not be that wrong if we being honest. Because this shit, if you don't even gotta show your ID. I seen a white woman up here who was saying that on TikTok, and she was like, yeah, my dad basically said that when he went to go vote, it was like basically no damn, wasn't all you had to do was give him your name and your address. That was pretty much it. All you had to do was give him your name and address, you know. And she was like, yeah, you know, theoretically, he was like, theoretically, you know, they could probably vote multiple times. So it really does. It just gives me an idea. It puts a little thought in my head because there's so many non-FBAs in New York and there's so many illegals. We got to think about all the illegals out there. I'm like, is it that hard for them to get access to ID? If not an ID, a fake ID? Would it be that hard for them to register to vote? I mean, all you need is a fucking address, and you could pick up anybody's address, to be honest, in a name. I'm just saying. He's New York's first immigrant mayor. I'm just saying. Do you think some of them people out there were not supposed to be voting and they did? I'm not gonna say that it's true. I'm just saying. I don't think it's that damn far-fetched. I don't think it's that far. If I'm just being real, I don't think it's that far-fetched. People have done worse. They said Trump stole the election. Well, he won. Not this time, the time before. I think they said he stole it this time too, but whatever. The point is, especially in this age of AI, all this technology, do y'all really think it would be that hard to get a fake ID? Do you really think it would be that hard to register under a false name or false identity and go vote? I'm just saying. Especially with all of this support he's getting from immigrants. I'm not going to say that that's what's happening, but I can't 100% say that it's not. I can't 100% say that it's not. Now, here's one thing that I kind of liked, but still don't trust about. I seen this clip of him during I think this was political debates they was having around the time, and before he got elected, and I thought this was interesting. Just a little clip of him. Hold up.
The first foreign visit by a mayor of New York is always considered significant. Where would you go first? That's right, Ms. Adams.
First visit, I would visit the Holy Land.
Mr. Cuomo?
Given the hostility and the anti-Semitism that has been shown in New York, I would go to Israel.
Mr. Tilson, where would you go?
Yeah.
What anti-Semitism is being shown in New York? What the hell are they talking about?
I'd make my fourth trip to Israel, followed by my fifth trip to Ukraine, two of our greatest allies.
Fourth trip to Israel is absolutely insane. Fourth trip to Israel is actually insane.
Fighting on the front lines of the global war on terror.
Mr. Mamdani.
I would stay in New York City. My plans are to address New Yorkers across the 5 boroughs and focus on that.
Mr. Mamdani, can I just jump in? Would you visit
Mr. Mamdani.
I would stay in New York City. My plans are to address New Yorkers across the 5 boroughs and focus on that.
Mr. Mamdani, can I just jump in?
No, he said he would go to. He didn't say he's going back to his homeland. That's what the fuck he should have said. You need to take your ass to Uganda or to India. But I do like the fact that he didn't say he was going to Israel. He said he was staying in New York, which, again, he's standing on immigrant business, so I don't even like that. He should have said you're going back to your goddamn homeland. But the fact that he didn't say I'm going to Israel, I'm like, all right, okay, I can get with that.
Would you visit Israel as mayor?
I will be doing, as the mayor, I'll be standing up for Jewish New Yorkers, and I'll be meeting them wherever they are across the 5 boroughs, whether that's in their synagogues and temples or at their homes or at the subway platform, because ultimately we need to focus on delivering on their concerns.
And just yes or no, do you believe in a Jew?
Yeah, you worried about delivering on their concerns, but you ain't worried about delivering on the Black American concerns. Okay. That's telling too, though. He kind of tap dancing around it. I like the fact that he didn't say Israel, but yeah, you still pandering a little bit.
Jewish state of Israel?
I believe Israel has the right to exist.
Not
as a Jewish state? You believe in a Jewish state of Israel?
I believe Israel has the right to exist.
Not
as a Jewish state?
As a state with equal rights.
He won't say it has a right to exist as a Jewish state. Be very clear.
His answer was no, he won't visit Israel.
I said that.
That's what he was trying to say.
No. Unlike you, I answer questions very directly.
All right.
My goal would be to take my first trip to Israel. My wife's life work in this area.
So yeah, the fact that all these politicians, oh God, the fact that all of them is bending they fucking knee to Israel is absolutely outrageous. Everything between that's insane. Very telling. Very telling. Even Trump has been in his damn knee to them, been in his knee to them niggas. I'm not rocking with it, so I do kinda like that. Kinda very heavy on the kinda. That's cool, but still giving very much anti-black. Again, he's still pandering a little bit, and again, he's still not addressing foundational Black Americans specifically. We got a problem. Here's something else I found.
And today we begin the work of making a new administration. Welcome to the transition.
After mollywopping Andrew Cuomo's ass last night in that election, beating him decisively, becoming the first Muslim mayor-elect of New York City and the first mayoral candidate to win over 1 million votes since 1969 in New York City history, Zohran got his ass up early to make a video to thank all of his supporters that helped him through the campaign and to also say that he's going to start documenting the next 57 days. Next 57 days will be the transition period before he's inaugurated as the actual mayor of New York City. After that video, he went directly to a press conference, his first press conference as mayor-elect, where he had a clear message for ICE agents and Donald Trump.
My message to ICE agents and to everyone across this city is that everyone will be held to the same standard of the law. If you violate the law, you must be held accountable. And there is sadly a sense that is growing across this country that certain people are allowed to violate that law, whether they be the president or whether they be the agents themselves.
And at this press conference, Zohran Mamdani also said that he would be ready on day one, mainly because he already assembled a transition team, an all-star, all-women transition team. His first transition co-chair is Grace Bonilla, who serves as president and CEO of a New York City nonprofit helping low-income New Yorkers by coordinating service providers, companies, and local government services.
An immigrant.
She will be a key part in making sure that government services are people-friendly, people-centered, and people-focused.
Immigrant focused, immigrant friendly. Let's be honest. Let's be honest with the language.
Making sure that people are educated on having the resources and the tools to getting the services that they need. Then we have Lena Khan, who is a former...
Another immigrant. She looks like Khan, what is that, Indian? Another immigrant.
Federal Trade Commission chair and the nation's leading anti-monopoly champion. The billionaires who own multi-million-dollar corporations hate her because she's going to make sure that not only they pay their fair share, but
and
that they're not...
This is how the Dems get your ass. This is how they get a lot of these liberals with these nothing burgers, because they feed into this bullshit ass narrative. Oh, it's the rich against the poor and we must go against the rich. And oh, that's why you got niggas in 50 Cent's comments talking about, oh, when niggas get money. Oh, the rich, you think the rich shouldn't be taxed? Oh, you're going against the people. It's like, no, baby. That shit ain't, and I'm not gonna say this is 50 Cent's reasoning. I don't know why. I'm not sure his exact reasonings why he don't like him. But I'm gonna say, as a black man, he definitely has the right to go against that. He definitely has a right to say, you know what, y'all done fucked up New York. This is absolutely outrageous, egregious, everything in between, because he ain't saying shit that got nothing to do with black men. Moreover, black people. So why would I be in support of that? Because he's for taxing the rich. No, we're not about to keep playing this. Foundational Black Americans, we're not going to keep playing this game where they put us in these trick bags because, oh, we're just going against the rich, or we're doing this for the poor, or we're doing this against bad landlords, or we're doing this again. These generalities, they're using these generalities, they're using it and acting like it's for everybody, but really he's using it specific because he's so specific on immigrants. You can't sit up here and say, oh, yeah, I'm doing this for New Yorkers and this for New Yorkers and this for the poor and this for the working class. And in your acceptance speech, you're talking about how immigrants built New York. You're talking about how immigrants are going to stay in New York. How the fucking president of the United States are going to have to get through not only you, but also all the other immigrants. What are we talking about? So we know exactly. And then you have a bunch of women who are immigrants on your team, and you expect me not to believe that you don't have any other agenda but to fight only for immigrants? That's your only, you threw LGBT in there to get some of the support of the white folks. That's what that was. That was just a little dog whistle to some of the white folks, but we know what this is. You only for your people.
Monopolizing the market to price gouge you. Then we have Maria Torres Springer, who's the deputy mayor for housing. She led the implementation of Housing New York, a 5-borough, 12-year plan to create and preserve 300,000 affordable homes. She's going to be a crucial part in making sure that Zohran can implement his policy of building way more affordable homes and lowering housing costs and lowering rent costs.
For immigrants. Because if it wasn't for immigrants, why couldn't you get Americans to do this? Why you don't have you tell me there weren't, especially black Americans? There was no black Americans out there that could do these things? No, it's because your priority is immigrants. Another one, she looks Asian.
And it's already been announced that during his transition, Zohran will go on Thursday to Puerto Rico for a Somos 25 conference.
Let me just let him finish. Do y'all hear this shit? Let me just rewind. If y'all hear what he just said, do y'all hear this?
2025 conferences already been announced that.
Listen very carefully to what he just said.
During his transition, Zohran will go on Thursday to Puerto Rico for a Somos 25 conference. Somos 2025 conference is held in Puerto Rico every year, and it's about bringing together leaders and learners, activists and artists, public officials and private sector champions with the shared belief that the future must be shaped with our communities, not for them. Not only is there history and a deep root cultural significance between Puerto Ricans and New York, there's also about 1 million Puerto Ricans that live there. So it's very important that...
And there's 2 million, over 2 million FBAs, or about 2 million, rough estimate, FBAs. This motherfucker is going to Puerto Rico. He's going to Puerto Rico to figure out what's best for the American citizens in the United States, in New York. This nigga is... Y'all, he's going to Puerto Rico. He's going to Puerto Rico That's one of the first things you're going to do is go to Puerto Rico. Not to some of the foundational Black American areas out there, not to Black neighborhoods. You're going to Puerto Rico. So you can talk to them about what's best for their communities. Because it's about a million of them in New York. Really? But you have no concern for the Black Americans out there that have a higher population that built this country, that allowed for them fucking Puerto Ricans to come over here? That's crazy. This is highly anti-Black. Your first move as a mayor, you're going to go to fucking Puerto Rico? What are we talking? Like, this dude is dog whistling like hell. He is really dog whistling to the white supremacists like, hey, y'all, I know I'm coming off as this liberal curry zaddy, but I'm really all for being a buffer class. I'm all for replacing these Black Americans. These niggas got to go. I'm ready to flush them out. That's what this is. This is an anti-Black play. You're going to Puerto Rico. You cannot tell me this isn't racist as hell. You're going to Puerto Rico, nigga? Are you for and even going to India, even going to your homeland, Uganda, even that would make more sense. Still anti-Black, but at least it would make a smidge more sense because at least that's your people. So of course, if you hone in on immigrants, you so dead set on helping immigrants, of course. You're going to go somewhere where immigrants are, but why not go to where your people are? You're going to the Latinos? Some of these Latinos? Why are you going to Puerto Rico? To figure out what they need for their community. But you ain't having no conversations with foundational Black Americans right here on the soil in New York. Right there. Let me say that. Right there on the soil. Whose ancestors spilt blood on that very soil you're trying to flood with immigrants. You're not talking to them? You don't got none of them on your team? You don't have no agendas on your platform specified for foundational Black Americans, but you're going to Puerto Rico. This nigga's a joke. He's a joke.
Zohran is going to have this immersive experience, go to this conference to learn about how he can support and provide better resources for Puerto Ricans living in New York.
You want to support and provide more resources for Puerto Ricans? This is what I'm talking about. This is very racist and such a dog whistle to the white supremacists, because what are we saying right now? How are you going to give anything to these goddamn Puerto Ricans? And it's Black Americans out there. It's homeless Black Americans out there. What are we talking? It's Black Americans struggling with these bad landlords. What are we talking about? These people are hella racist. If anybody is most affected, it's Black Americans by any issue. So the fact that you feel the need to go all the way to Puerto Rico, you're not even going to Spanish Harlem. You're not even going to just the fucking where the Latinos at in New York. You're going back to their homeland, to Puerto Rico, so you can ask them how to get more of them out here. What do I need to do back in New York so y'all can be more comfortable in somebody else's land? What are we talking about? Y'all, this guy is a red flag. I seen somebody just put in the comments that he might run for president. I wouldn't be surprised. The way that they pushing him, the way that I might have seen him before, but the way that they are pushing this dude, it's too much of a red flag. Why is this guy acting like this is a national win? And I think that's because of the left. They feel like it's a win. For them, they feel like, oh yeah, we done prop this man up. He got all this good PR. He's for immigrants. He got a little rap. He looked like a millennial because he rapping. So he didn't indulge in. He's urban. He's hip to the culture, Black American culture. That's really the only true culture in America. But he's hip to the culture. He can connect with the youth, and he's not white. So we don't have to push the scary white man narrative, like we did Trump. We don't have to worry about that narrative because he's not white, but he's not Black. So I know he's not going to do anything for them damn Negroes. I don't know. If he do run for president, I wouldn't be surprised, but absolutely the hell not. They need to get his ass the fuck up out of there. I think that's going to be, if any Black Americans did vote for him, which I don't think it was probably many. I hope not. I hope it wasn't a lot. because I really think the immigrants are the one that got his ass up in there. But that's going to be that was a bad decision. I don't see that going well for Black Americans. I'm not gonna lie. I don't see that. I think Black Americans is in for a roller coaster of a ride. Okay, these next few years that he's gonna be in office, because that man is not trying to do anything for us. And the fact that he's so adamant, the fact that I went through his social media and his platform, the fact that he's highlighting so much of the immigrant portion of his campaign is very telling of how much he's against Black folks here, how much he's against us getting our resources, how much he's against. I ain't seen nobody bring up reparations for him, but I bet you he gets explaining when it comes to reparations, just like what's his name, Bernie Sanders did. Because remind you, that's why a lot of people fell for Bernie Sanders too. Oh, Bernie Sanders, he's going to tax the rich, and oh, he's going to do this for us liberals, no, and he's for women's rights and blah 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 blah. But then he was asked about reparations, and it was, I don't know. What about the natives? And the natives didn't get. I don't know about reparations. And yeah, just like Kamala. She's an Indian too. She's an Asian, just like his ass. All right. He better not go around talking about Black. His ass bet that. I know he got a Uganda daddy. He better not go around talking about you, nigga. Don't even try it. You better not even try it. Okay. But just like Kamala ass, I can't do anything just for Black people. So when they get confronted with what they're going to do and how they're positioned, us putting them in this political position will benefit Black folks, they get quiet, or they get explaining, or they just get real direct and say, I can't do anything for Black folks. So it always gets exposed. I hope he does run into that. Hopefully somebody does question him, because he is the mayor now. So the Black Americans, even if they didn't vote for him, now you got you might as well put it out there, expose him for who he is. Hopefully a Black reporter, somebody that talks to him, publicly exposes that he's not, because I know he's not. It's only a matter of time before it does get exposed. But people who dance around the issue, because Black American issues should always be centered no matter what. We are the number ones. We should be centered no matter what. We're owed a debt. We have been under the system of oppression for over 400 years. There is nobody else that matters more than us. Let's just be honest. Nobody else's problems are bigger than ours, should matter more than ours. So if anybody is getting on any political platform and dancing around Black American issues, they're clearly going against foundational Black Americans, period. Because there's no way that you're anywhere in America if there's Black folks out there, New York, maybe if you somewhere in fucking Alaska where there's a bunch of white people, or one of these rural, somewhere in the middle of the country where it's enclaves of white folks fucking on each other, family, and doing shit, like doing weird shit. The hills have eyes, like one of them states, maybe. The Black folks ain't there, but anywhere where Black folks are, where we take up, even if we're not the majority there, if we're there, our issues should be front and center. If they're not front and center, then that's a problem. If they're not addressing the foundational Black Americans out there, that's a red flag. It's a problem. Especially in places like New York, where they can try to use these other groups who may be out there who outnumber us or whose numbers are close to ours, and use them as a proxy to practice benign neglect. Excuse me. That's a problem. Anybody in any state where there's Black folks, Black issues, there should be something directed specifically for foundational Black Americans. Point blank, period. If it's not, that's a red flag. That's an anti-Black flag right there. That's codified language for I'm really with white zaddy in them. I just don't want to look like it. I'm one of these liberal Democrats that's out here trying to act like that I'm really not with white supremacy, but really I am. Because that's a part of white supremacy is benign neglect. We know what this is. So yeah, man, I don't trust this nigga. Let me just say the least. I don't trust him. He going to Puerto Rico, talking about immigrants built this country, which is a damn straight up fucking lie. Just a straight lie out of his mouth. And then he's an immigrant himself, and now he got this panel for the immigrants that's on his team. And no, I'm not rocking with it. Black Americans, y'all tread lightly. Y'all be careful out there in the streets, man, because I don't trust that man. Okay, point blank, period. He's clearly anti-Black, and I can't get with it. Now, I will say there was a lot of pushback. These people pay attention. They pay attention. So I just want to put this warning out there. Because again, like I've been saying a couple times throughout this live, these people pay attention. We are the most studied group on earth. Even if they practice benign neglect, they're still looking. Oh, please trust Mamdani. Please trust, even though he's not addressing Black Americans, he knows exactly what the fuck is going on with Black Americans out there. He knows exactly the issues Black Americans are facing. Trust and believe he knows. And so now that he's been elected, he's been able to get around that for so long. Now that he's been elected and you're seeing so many Black Americans, not only out there in New York, I'm in DC, I'm in Maryland. So this ain't even, I'm saying, this ain't my fight for real. This ain't the mayor of Maryland, even though the mayor out here in Maryland was more some bullshit anyways. But, and I'd have talked about him before too, but the fact that he's out there, the fact that there's so many Black people paying attention to that, and I've seen a couple videos, lives, it's a lot of lives. I've just seen somebody, it was a couple panels today on Mamdani, or Black Americans talking about Mamdani today. So the fact that so many Black people are being vocal about this and being vocal about particularly that immigrants built America thing, he's going to find, I know his team is already trying to build something to push back against that. I guarantee you it's only a matter of time before somebody, whether it's an interview clip, whether it's something he's going to just post on his TikTok, whether it's a celebrity he links up with, it's going to be something to be like, oh no, I'm that racist, look y'all. Oh, look. I didn't mean just the immigrants. Look, I see y'all too, even though he's still not going to do a damn thing for us. There's going to be something he does to try to pander towards Black Americans to make us feel, not make us know, not make us see, but make us feel like he's going to do something specifically for us so that he ain't forgot about it. So no, when I meant immigrants, I meant y'all too, because technically y'all immigrants too, because y'all came over here in the slave boat. So we're really all immigrants. When I meant immigrants, when I said immigrants built America, I was talking about y'all too. Like, y'all immigrants too. So there's going to be some backpedaling. There's going to be some pandering that I almost can guarantee you. Because there's too many Black folk that's talking about it. There's too many Black people that's talking about this. It's not even from New York. They're seeing him as a problem. So he's going to address it. He's going to have to address it at some point. Trust me, his team is seeing it. They see everything. They notice everything. They study us. So trust and believe there's going to be some sort of pandering effect that comes out of this. Or again, he might just go to Kamala and say, I ain't got nothing for you niggas. I don't know. Hey, look, I'm here for the immigrants. He might come out and do that. I doubt it because of how he's trying to play this game, how passive aggressive he's been. See, Kamala was passive aggressive with it, but Kamala still acted like she gave a damn. She still tried to pander to Black folks a little bit. I got collard green. I washed my collard greens in the tub. Oh yeah, I got the Lift Up app where we're gonna lift up families, and that's going to help Black people. So she at least tried to pander a little bit before she got to, I can't do nothing for you niggas. She tried to pander a little bit. But the fact that I haven't seen anything of his that is directly geared towards Black Americans, I'm like, oh, okay. Okay, so you're going to either keep playing this little game again until you get directly asked, and then you're going to have to come out just outright and say it, or you're going to try to play this pandering game, which I think is more likely. You're going to try to play this pandering game where you're acting like you're going to do something for us, but you don't really mean that shit. This is just something to shut you niggas up. Here goes something to shut y'all up. I'm with 50 Cent on stage. Not 50 Cent, because 50 Cent ain't rocking with, bro. I'm with whatever Black celebrity they can pay off to come with him on stage and act like he's not Black. So, I mean, just be careful for that, because I don't trust this dude whatsoever. I'm gonna just be real. I'm not liking it at all. Dude was a curveball. Right, he might act real dumb like he didn't realize his error. Right? Oh no, I didn't mean it like that. I mean, hey, I'm all for people of color. He might not even say Black vote. He might just, I'm all for people of color. I'm all for melanated people. I mean, we're all really immigrants at the end of the day. I mean, all of us. That's the route he might go, which is still very much passive aggressively anti-Black. Yeah, it's racist as hell. So yeah, Curry's daddy gotta go. I'm not rocking with it, not feeling it, not rocking with bruh. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. This was a longer live than I expected. My bad. It really just outraged everything between, but I appreciate y'all staying there. Y'all some real ones. Make sure y'all follow me on the gram, ZZ Rants. Follow me on TikTok, ZZ Rants. Subscribe to the channel. Like this video. Share this video right now. Share it right now. Comment on it after I get off of here, please. It helps the algorithm. I do appreciate you in advance. Like the video. Hype the video as well. I know they be doing that thing now that helps for the algorithm as well. Hype the video. Go to Patreon, subscribe to my Patreon if you want some exclusive content, or you can become a member. Either way, you get exclusive content either way. If you want to donate, help me out. I appreciate you. The Cash App is right there. The links is in the bio. zezebih. I appreciate you in advance. Other than that, baby, that's all I got. Great live. Thank you so much. I appreciate y'all being up in here. It was a long one. We up in here though. I appreciate y'all. Shout out to the moderators. Y'all some real ones for rocking with the realest. I'm gonna see y'all on the next one. Russell, Jazz, Natural Beauty, Marquez, and infamous, not sure, infamous something, infamous Selly, infamous Eli, A Blue, Natural Beauty, Mr. Mara, Murdoch, Parker, William Reed, Bradley, Cultural Media. I'm gonna see y'all on the next one. Peace and be one. We do not play, but I green. You fuck with the team. Might find your West in the creek. We crossing our T's. We don't never miss a beat.